Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. So today we'll be starting with 5th chapter of 10th class polity ncert. Heading of the chapter is popular struggles and movements. So let's have a look at the overview of this chapter. In the earlier chapters we discussed why power sharing is important in a democracy and how different tiers of government and various social groups share power. In this chapter, we will carry this discussion further and see how those who exercise power are constrained by the influence and pressure exerted on them. Democracy almost invariably involves conflict of interest and viewpoints. These differences are often expressed in organized ways. Those who are in power are required to balance these conflicting demands and pressures. We begin this chapter with a discussion of how struggles around conflicting demands and pressures shape democracy. This leads to an analysis of the different ways and organizations through which ordinary citizens can play a role in democracy. In this chapter, we look at the indirect ways of influencing politics through pressure groups and movements. This leads us in the next chapter to the direct ways of controlling political power in the form of political parties. So let's have a look at the chapter. Means what is there in this chapter? Popular struggles in Nepal and Bolivia. Movement for democracy in Nepal. You can see the picture of Nepalese community protesting for democracy. So political parties and people of Nepal in a rally demanding restoration of democracy in their country. And then glossary. What is Maoist? Then Bolivia's water war, democracy and popular struggles. I'm leaving the glossary section to you guys to read them by pausing the video. Okay. Then let us revise section for you guys. This one also you can read on your own. Mobilization and organizations. This is a cartoon. Government initiate schemes and programs to alleviate the suffering of the poor and meet their basic needs, but poverty remains in the country. What could be the reasons for such a situation? You can answer this question in the comment section below. Then few news snippets, news clippings actually, which define how the pressure groups function. So below this picture, caption has been given. Can you identify the pressure groups functioning in the news clippings given here? What demand are they making? So pressure groups and movements. We'll get to know about this also. Then sectional interest groups and public interest groups. Land rights protest. Farmers of West Java, Indonesia in June 2004, about 15,000 landless farmers from West Java traveled to Jakarta, the capital city. They came with their families to demand land reform, to insist on the return of their farms. Demonstrators chanted, "No land, no vote," declaring that they would boycott Indonesia's first direct presidential election if no candidate backed land reform. Then movement groups. Social movement and pressure groups try to mobilize citizens in many ways. The collage here shows some of them. So this is the right to information cartoon. So you can pause the video and read the caption. Few news clippings. What are social movements? Then is their influence healthy? Let's watch television. You can pause the video and can read it and do the activity which has been mentioned over here to have a better understanding of the chapter. Okay, then another section. The cartoon is called News and No News. Okay, so what's there in this chapter? Just wait a second. Let me get to the first page first. So, this chapter, Popular Struggles and Movements, explores how citizens can influence politics through various forms of collective action. It highlights the role of pressure groups and movements in shaping democracy alongside traditional political parties. The chapter also delves into examples of popular struggles both in India and globally to illustrate these concepts. Key concepts: pressure groups and movements. These are organizations that attempt to influence government policies and decisions without directly participating in elections. They represent specific interests or advocate for broader public concerns. Direct versus indirect political participation. While voting is a direct form of participation, pressure groups and movements offer indirect ways for citizens to engage with the political process. Sectional interest groups. These groups represent the interests of a specific section of society like workers, farmers, or students. Public interest groups. These groups advocate for issues that affect the general public, such as environmental protection or human rights. Mobilization and organization. Organizing and mobilizing people is crucial for movements to be effective. This involves raising awareness, building support, and coordinating actions. Examples of movements. The chapter often discusses movements like the Assam Students Movement, Narmada Bachao Andolan, and Movement for the Right to Information, showcasing how citizens can challenge government policies and bring about change. Influence on democracy. Popular struggles and movements play a vital role in shaping democratic societies by providing a platform for citizen engagement, holding governments accountable, and promoting social and political change. How popular struggles shape democracy. Demands and pressures. Conflicts and pressures arising from popular struggles force governments to address public concerns and adjust policies. Resolving conflicts. Movements can lead to negotiations, compromises, and even institutional reforms to address the issues raised. Influence on institutions. Pressure groups and movements can influence the functioning of political parties, parliament, and the judiciary. Strengthening democracy. By empowering citizens and giving them a voice, popular struggles contribute to a more inclusive and responsive democracy. Examples of popular struggles. Nepal's movement for democracy. The chapter likely discusses how people in Nepal struggled to establish a democratic government after years of monarchy rule. Bolivia's water war. This case study illustrates how a popular movement successfully challenged the privatization of water and forced the government to reconsider its policies. Assam Students Movement. This movement in India demonstrates how students can organize and mobilize to protect their interests and influence government decisions. In essence, the chapter emphasizes that popular struggles and movements are not just about protests and demonstrations, but are a fundamental part of a functioning democracy. They provide a crucial mechanism for citizens to participate in the political process, hold power accountable, and shape the direction of the society. So, thank you so much, guys. That's it for today.